Hello everybody, welcome back to part 6 of Photograph as played by Sungha Jung. This is the solo part. It's also the second to last part, so yay. The tabs on this aren't exactly accurate as to how he's playing, so I'm going to kind of supplement them, but you can kind of follow on the tabs by yourself, but I'd recommend watching me and the tabs at the same time. So we started on 57 with where we ended off with the open A to the open E. Then you have open A, open E to this chord here, which is 9 on the D, 8 on the G, and 9 on the B. Then you slap. It says there's a rest in the tabs, but it's a slap. Most of the time in this solo bit, all the rests are slaps. So then you slide up to the 14th of the E, the high E. And then it says in the tabs to go to the 11th, but I find you hit the 12 in between those, so it sounds like this. Slide up to the 14, pull off from 12 to 11. And then you have the 12th on the B. And then on the tabs it says from the 11th of the G to the 13th of the G, you hammer on. But I'd also recommend hitting the 12th of the B with that. So on 57 we have this. Then 58 you start with 11 on the G, pull off, or slide to the 9th, and then go back to the 11th. So with the 57th measure it sounds like this. Then you have so it starts on the 8th of the G, go 9 and 8, hammer on and pull off. Then you have 11th of the D, slide up and then slide back down from the 12th, back to the 11th, then hit the 9th of the D. So that's 58, so 57 and 58 slowly sound like this. Okay, and then 59 you have 11th of the A, 9th of the D, or 9th of the E, sorry, 9th of the low E. Then you have 9th of the D and the G. It kind of ends off that little riff. So that whole riff, which goes through 57 to the middle of 59, sounds like this. Like that. Then you slap. It says it's a rest, but it's actually a slap. Then you have this little sweep picking, which without a pick, I just use my fingers to hit each individual note. So you start with the 14th of the D, 13th of the G, 12th of the B, and 11th of the high E. Nice little staircase. So slap, and it's a sweep pick, so it's more like a you want to hit the notes individually. It's a little bit harder on an acoustic guitar, but he makes it easy. So you have that little sweep, then you hit the 14th of the high E, hit the 12th of the high E, then slide to the 16th. I slide from 14 to 16. And then you have 14, 12, 11. Then you have 12, and 12 on the B. So 59 sounds like this, at least the second part. Okay, now with 57, it sounds like this. Okay, and then 61, you have, start with an open A, then you slide the same shape you had earlier, but on the 14th fret, so you have 14, 13, 14 of the D, G, and B. I just slide from one fret below it, one or two. And then you have which starts 12, 13, 14 on the G. And then you go to the 10th. Then you go to the 9th. You hammer on to the 10th. You pull off. You hit the 11th of the G. Slide up to the 12th. Back down to the 11th. Go to the 9th. Then hit the 11th of the D. Okay, so 61 through most of 62 sounds like this. And then you slide from 9 to 8 on the G string. And then you have, which is 9 on the D. So slide, 9 on the D, 7 on the low E, and then 7 on the D and 8 on the G. Like that. So far, 61 through 63 almost, you have this. Then you slap again, and then you have to end the solo. So you slide from wherever, I just do like the 10th to the 12th of the high E. Then you hit the 11th. Then you go 12, 10 on the B. And then you do this kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4 pull off. So 10, 9, 8, 7 on the B. Kind of tricky. Take some practice. And then you have 7 on the low E, 10 on the D, 9 on the G, and 7 on the B. Weird looking chord, kind of tough to play, but you go, kind of just do a weird, just strum down those 4 notes. So that bit sounds kind of like this slowly, if I can do the... Okay, so that's the end of the solo. There's only one part after that, and it's this modified chorus that he does, and then he repeats the rest of the song, kind of, so I'll go over that in the next part. But thank you for watching. I'll play it slowly, and I hope it helps.